Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's reading is for Cancers and Sagittariuses. So if your sun, moon, your ascendant are in those signs, there might be something in it for you. I pulled some cards and chose an interesting deck about the ancestors for second because the first row I asked what are these signs have to do with each other at this time? What is waiting for them and what's next? So four came out, and one was the Celestial Teacher, which card is about manifesting your dreams. It's about choosing to attract and to build what you really, really would love to. And it's also about your inner wisdom. It's about trusting the process and letting go of any doubts or inhibitions that keep you from taking the next step. So there is something going on. Yeah, it seems you would like to manifest something. And then the timeout, which is very interesting to see like you are actively doing something and then actively taking time out. That card also talks about it's calling for you to slow down. So that's perfect for that manifestation. You don't need to want and push. It's about slowing down and letting it in and feeling as though you have you have enough time for everything you really want or you really need. You don't have anything more in your life that you can't handle, and this is calling you to stop and slow and take baby steps if you need to, if you are overwhelmed or if you are feeling anxious or drained, and try to recharge your body, your mind and your soul together. And hmm also, because it's that tree, it calls you to connect back to nature, which is usually the best way to ground ourselves anyway. And then the compassion. Compassion is for not just feeling something for yourself, but feeling something for others. And this card is about it's calling you to be without judgment, without conditional things, and try to see how you can grow and evolve um, with compassion and with that kind of conscious awareness that calls you to remind you to not to carry that weight of judgment of others, to not to carry that internal pain, that suffering, and but to have compassion and love towards yourself first, and forgiveness, and expand towards others around you too. So it's like calling it to do it for yourself and for others as well. And not surprising that crown activation came out right after this one, which is very similar, that when your body is ready to bloom into spring, that the crown energy center at the very top of your head is opening and ready for a fresh new energy to emerge. So basically that story tells me that you might want something that is just not coming for you, but then if you take some time out, you live with that compassion, you give yourself and others that love and understanding and unconditionality, then your crown can activate. So still for the same question of like, what do these two signs have to do with each other? These two came out, which is very, very um, nice and contrasting in the sense of that black and white of the possession and the white elephant. Well, the possession card calls you to pay more attention to control your own thoughts and your own actions and your own power, and take that key and do it. It's talking about not giving it to others, but also it's about using it. It's not just that you have it, but if you don't use it, then why do you have it? So the white elephant, on the other hand, is talking about like the things that you have to talk about, the things that you have to deal with, the things that you really wouldn't like to talk about, but You must. And this one calls out that bravery of being in your own power while you are talking about the difficult things. And I think these two signs are really nice, like a water and a fire sign together. Usually the opposites can teach each other so much, in a sense of like, if one is not ready to talk about those things or don't know how, then the other one can help, how to handle, how is it the best, how is it the kindest, how is it, and you like, it's under compassion. So how can you communicate it with the utmost compassion you can have for yourself and others, while the other side can probably teach you, like how to be yourself, how to preserve your power, your possession is yourself basically, and be aware of whom do you give that key to. You. Okay, I would like to see from this deck what is needed. What is needed for these two to reach? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. That positive state. Oh my God. Half of the deck is jumping out. Now let's see. Go first. That's a good answer. So what is needed to reach that manifestation and that compassion and that activation? It starts with forgiveness. And then curiosity. Oh, such a beautiful pair, isn't it? You know, what's best after forgiveness if not curiosity to like, okay, what's next? Hello. And then protection. Really nice. Integrity. It's already telling the story of, when you forgive and you become curious and you protect others and your power with compassion, then you find your own integrity in a much, much deeper level. And then you find also your security. And let's see, what's the last three? There was irritation and energy and release. Oh, yes. Now I see. So it seems, and not that one came to that side. For me, that tells the story of there is huge irritation in you, and probably insecurities, and where was the other kind? There was something else that in order for that to go away, you need to really focus your energy. You need to really cleanse your energy. You really need to release things that are not needed anymore, things that don't serve you anymore, things that don't make you feel good. Just release them, because that above journey it's all about reaching what you wanted to manifest. So that one, allowing the process to happen, allowing the energies to go through you, and allowing the good things in. You need to make space. It's like a Marie Kondo of your emotions. And when you let the irritation go and clean your energy and release things, and forgiveness, it's one of the most important release we can have, because many times we think we forgive others, but it helps us more. And also, when we forgive ourselves, that's just like a weight off your shoulders. And then curiosity is like when you're reborn, and you are like a child, and you can restart collecting all those experiences. And with the protection and integrity, it seems to me that there is no fear in pushing through those insecurities or forgiving or getting rid of the irritation, because a really beautiful journey is painted in front of you, where in the future you can have protection, integrity, and security. But it seems that you really need to take some steps to do that. And sometimes they are like, energetically, you need to reorganize yourself and release those energies from you that don't serve you. Okay, what is coming for these two signs in April or in the next 4 weeks? Okay. The same story. It just repeats itself. So, exhausted, endings, sweet success, and authority. Hmm. It just keeps repeating me the same that you are exhausted, you need to stop things in order to get that sweet success that's waiting for you, and be self confident. Be you again. It's really, isn't it, like going down and then up, 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 up. It's a really nice journey for April, and I'm just still curious. What are those things that are standing out for one sign versus the other? Okay, let me choose this deck. What are the things that stand out for Cancer? First, what's the difference? Oops. Okay, so for Cancers, relinquish defensiveness in your communication. Instead, stand tall, listen, and learn. That's exactly what we've talked before about that white elephant, and it seems this one belonged to Cancer, then probably to possession. Let me just bring this back a little bit. Probably this one will stand for Sagittarius. So let me just reorganize it for clarity. Actually, do it this way. So you need to stop being defensive, especially in your communication, and listen and learn so that you can talk about these things that you were afraid of so far or that seem to be a big deal. Maybe when you release that energy, then they will almost disappear. And then let's see what's in for sec. The possession one. Okay. Accept you don't lack for anything. The whole world belongs to you. That's nice. The possession, and it all belongs to you. It makes me feel that there is something that it looks like that you've been worried about losing some of your possessions. Let it be just emotions, let it be physical possession or financial or anything or physical. Um, but that is just an illusion. That's a trap, because then you are in lack, and in lack you can't manifest. So for you, that manifestation journey seems to be blocked by thinking you are lacking things. And when you accepted that you don't lack for anything, then probably that manifestation can come true, that the whole world belongs to you. You will understand that one, and it will come to you. That's nice. Let's choose one more. Oops, for them. And then one more for you says, let go of the old tales and write your own adventure story. That's quite a restart. That's a reset. That's a not just pushing through the insecurities, but when you have seen this curiosity, when you forgive, when you have the irritation behind you and start being curious and create and protective and secure, then you are rewriting your whole story, like you could rediscover the world. And let's see what's in it for Seg. We couldn't know paradise if flowers refuse to release their fragrance. Give your gifts freely. That's a good advice, because we all have heaps of gifts. And when you are in lack, that's when you start pulling back on giving, on generosity. Probably it calls you, dear Sagittarius, to be generous again, because you are generous. You were born like that. And when you realize that you don't lack anything and you are not creating from lack, the more you give, the more will come back to you. Here you go. There was one more. If you have a problem, you have an opportunity. So let go of blame. I put it here for both of them to connect you, because it seems that these two signs were struggling with heaps of exhausting, overwhelming emotions that needs to be gone, that needs to be released, that needs to forgiveness. And you need to see it from another perspective. So this month theme to bring you another perspective. It can be the friend for each other. It can be your partner who, if you listen, you can, and this one, listen and learn, then you can let go of blame. You can let go of seeing everything as a problem, and you will see immediately the opportunities. That's what we all would like to get to that point. So I'm wishing you all the best for the next couple of weeks or 4 weeks, like as long as it takes you to get through this. But remember, when you get through, it's a good place to be. So thank you for listening. And if you liked the video, then please come back for the next one. Bye.